Tony Perkins is the president of the Family Research Council. He joins us now for more. Tony, we repeatedly see and hear messages of unity coming from the President Biden. Difficult in today's climate. In what ways or areas do you see unity achievable if the Biden administration reached out to you and said, we want to work on this together?
Well, I agree that it is an important message. In fact, yesterday I agree with something that the president said. He said, unity and healing must begin with understanding and not lies. And, you know, I agree with him in that statement, but he did that as he was abolishing the 1776 Commission. Look, I think, first off, if they truly want unity in this country, which we desperately need, then they have to stop being the party that is silencing the opposition. They have to stop being the party that denies science and is forcing transgenderism on our children in elementary schools and on our nation's military. We've got to start with facts and truth. And the truth is, they don't want a truly diverse cabinet that would include all of America, maybe half of the Democratic Party, but certainly not conservatives, evangelicals, those that believe in traditional values. The message is they're not welcome in this administration.
Tony, President Biden, he's going very hard on these executive orders. What ones stand out to you the most so far?
Well, it's quite interesting how the media has a double standard, present company excluded. When you look back 4 years ago, Donald Trump had not even done a quarter of the executive orders that we're already seeing from Joe Biden. In fact, it appears Joe Biden is already will soon surpass the same mark that Donald Trump did in 100 days, in his first 100 days. And the media was decrying Donald Trump as a tyrant, you know, ruling by executive order when he actually had both houses of Congress under Republican control. Joe Biden has both houses under Democratic control, but yet he is using the executive pen in a way that no previous president has done. So first off, I think what he's doing in our public schools, transgenderism, pushing this radical agenda that Americans have rejected. Look what he's done to the military. Donald Trump, based upon facts, a study by General Mattis that showed that this was harmful to our nation's national security. He undid that with a pen yesterday. I mean, it's not only that, but look how he's attacked jobs with canceling the Keystone Pipeline. It took 4 years to get us to a point of being energy independent, which is a national security issue, all that undone by Joe Biden with a pen.
Tony, many of these orders center on issues considered central to the church, like refugees and racial justice. Do you see much room for support from the evangelical world here?
Look, I do think that there has to be a way forward on the immigration issue, but it's been something that's been wrestled with for 20 years. I've been at this post nearly 20 years. We've come close a couple of times, and I think it has to be a balanced approach. I do not see what Joe Biden is pursuing as a balanced approach. I think you cannot take 11 million people who are here illegally and award them with citizenship. And I think stopping the border wall, the security that Americans want is the wrong approach to dealing with the issue. There is a way forward, but Joe Biden is not pursuing that way.
Tony, you touched on it. The president's new executive order on gender identity says kids in public schools should be able to enter whatever bathroom or locker room they choose based on their gender identity. And that boys who identify as girls should be able to participate in girls' sports. What does this mean, Tony, for school districts that disagree?
Well, Jenna, there's not going to be much room for disagreement under this administration. I think part of the show of force here in our nation's capital right now with the military, given the fact that, you know, Portland and cities like that continue to smolder, and they're still having rioting there, but you don't see the National Guard moving in on those cities. Look, this is a show of force. This is about showing who's in control and that dissent is punished. But here's what has to happen, Jenna. I think that Christians in America number one, need to be praying. And we need to pray for Joe Biden. I've been praying for him, praying that he would make the right decisions that will be beneficial to all America. But I also pray that confusion would descend upon those who deny truth. And so far, we're seeing a lot of that in this administration. Look, Jesus himself in Matthew chapter 19, verse 4 says, "Have you not read from the beginning that God created them male and female? Look, if you're a Bible-believing Christian, the Word of God is quite clear on the issue of human sexuality. I know there's some abnormalities, but those are rare, few and far between. We're talking about policy. We're creating policy here that is going to confuse our children and lead them down a destructive path. It's wrong. It must be resisted.
All right, Tony Perkins with the Family Research Council. We are out of time. Thank you, Tony.